What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Ben Wright Reactions. Today we've got the Australian comic Jim Jefferys for you. Listen to him, hopefully get some good laughs. Please like and subscribe. That helps me out so much. So here we go, Jim Jefferys.
Let's tell some stories. Now,
Okay.
this first story, the first bit of this story you should already know. In the same way that you know things like, don't kill people, try not to rape.
Okay.
When you're on an airplane, there's a thing called plane etiquette, and it goes like this. Window gets an armrest and a wall. Middle gets two armrests. Aisle gets an armrest and a little bit of extra leg. We're not fucking animals, we live in a society. So I was on a flight from Los Angeles to Houston, and I had the middle seat, and that sucks balls.
Yes.
So I'm sitting there with two armrests. Next to me is a petite young lady. She's doing her job, armrest wall. I'm in the middle, two armrests. Sitting next to me here is a great big black man who's as gay as the day is long. He sits down next to me, and we do the niceties. Hello, hello. And then with no issue whatsoever, he sees my elbow there, and he just went, chock. And I went,
That's messed up.
no, I'm pretty upset, but he's a big fucking guy and it's a long flight, so there's no need to get into an argument. So I have that argument that you have in your head where the other person doesn't know you're having an argument. Where you're like, you're a fucking asshole. And if you said this, then I would say, well, good sir, I think you're mistaken, right?
It happens.
So I sit there festering for like 45 minutes, and eventually the air
Festering.
stewardess comes with a drink cart. Now, why I'm on air stewardesses, right? Whenever you watch a movie set in the 60s and they show air stewardesses, or an old TV show, that show like Pam Am or something, they always depict air stewardesses as these hot young things with a pillbox hat and a little bun and big tits and a small waist and holding a bag going, like that. I don't think any of those women have retired. This thing was just being propped up by the drink cart. 50 years of
Messed up,
recycled
man.
air had made her skin drip off her skull like the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark. She comes up. The guy reaches over for his drink and his pretzels, armrest open, bang! I'm back in. And I'm not
Yeah,
fucking
okay.
going anywhere either. He puts all of his things down in his tray and he goes to put his elbow back, but he fucking can't, can he? He can't, because there's a wall there called Jim Jefferys and he can't fucking move it, right? And he's pushing, and I'm acting like I can't feel it, like this, but casual like.
That's
And he
exactly
gets
how
his
you do
fist
it.
like this and his hand like that and he's pushing really hard back. And I'm trying to do that casual. But he's much bigger than me and eventually I have to give in. I just went chock. So I turned to him and said what needed to be said. Why are you such a cunt?
Okay.
Now, I understand that that word in this country isn't as popular as maybe it should be. People were freaking the fuck out. They were going, he just said it, I heard him say it. Called that man a C-bomb, I heard him say it, Bob. Called the man a C-bomb, Bob. And he was shocked as well. He turned to me and went, excuse me, what did you just call me? But in for a penny, in for a pound, right? And I was there going, a cunt, sir. I called you
Good
a
for
cunt.
you.
And he said, are you upset because you're trying to take my armrest? And I went, you don't know plane etiquette. Window gets an armrest and a wall. Middle gets two armrests. Aisle gets an armrest and a little bit of extra leg. We're not fucking animals. We live in a society.
Yeah.
And the people that initially hated me agreed with me like, he is right about that. That is true. That is true. We do live in a society. And he
We
went,
do.
oh, I'm only taking the back of the armrest. You can have the rest of the armrest. And I went, you take the back, you take the whole fucking thing. No one gives a
Good point.
fuck about the front of the armrest. No one's ever gone, thanks for the fun of the armrest.
Dad, you can't even.
I said, it's not just that you're taking my armrest. Your elbow has come over the armrest and it's digging into my rib cage. And he said, well, maybe if you lost some weight.
Oh, no.
I know. I was gobsmacked. I didn't know what to fucking say. I just turned to him and went, you bitchy queen. Now everyone on the plane has lost their fucking shit. The movie can fuck off, mate. No one's watching the fucking movie. I'm the entertainment now.
There we
The
go.
air stewardess comes running back on her walker. She comes up to us and she goes, what's going on here? And I said, I want this fucking asshole away from me. And she said, sir, this is not the situation to be swearing in. I went, yes, it is. We're having a fight.
Fair.
And she went, well, there's no need for name calling. I called the guy bitchy queen, so I sort of get what she's saying. And I turned to her and said, you know what? You're right. There is never a need for name calling. But as a proud gay man myself,
What? What?
I feel like I've earned the right to say such words, so...
But you're not gay.
She apologized. The gay guy knows I'm fucking lying. He's fagging the fuck out, just... And the air stewardess went, can everyone calm down? What's the problem here? And he went, he's trying to take my armrest. And the air stewardess went, everyone knows the middle gets 2 armrests. And I went, see? She goes, I'm gonna have to break you 2 up. And she points to the man and said, sir, you're going to have to find a seat at the back of the plane. I'm victorious. I stand up. I bash my head on the thing. I point at the man and I went, get to the back of the plane.
Oh, no.
Now, a lot of people on that plane hadn't seen the rest of the argument.
Gonna go bad.
All they have seen is me pointing at a black man, yelling, get to the back of the plane. Things got real awkward real fucking quick. I didn't know what I'd done yet. People were yelling at me, calling me a racist, and I was like, I know, but how do you know? Then a guy threw a bag of peanuts at the back of my head and said, sit down, you limey bastard. And I was like, that's the British. I'm Australian, you fucking racist.
That didn't help.
Which would have made a lot of sense if being British or Australian was a race and not a nationality. But at that stage, I was clutching at straws, really. So, I go sit back down in his old chair. We got the empty seat between us. Me and the girl pounded out. Now, later on the flight, I'm walking up the back of the plane to the toilet. And I want to see the guy, because I want to go... And I get all the way to the back of the plane. I don't see him anywhere. I'm about to go in the toilet, and then I see his leg around the corner. There were no more seats.
Oh.
This is a full flight. He's sitting in the air stewardess's landing seat that folds down with a seatbelt over the top like he's in a fucking go-kart.
Oh. Oh.
I put my head around the corner. I went, no armrest here, dickhead. And the air stewardess went, you get back to your seat. And I ran away like a child, like...
Exactly what I would have done.
So, for landing, I go sit back down in his old seat. Now, the air stewardess seat is taken, so she's taking my old seat in the middle, and she fucking hates me. And I'm taking both armrests, fuck her. And as we're landing, the guy over the aisle leans over and goes, excuse me, you're Jim Jefferys, right? And I'm like, yeah, man, how you doing? And he went, I had no idea you were gay.
Neither did he.
Fucking yeah, man. I like cock.
Well, that's going to do it for Jim Jefferies. I guess crazy flight he had from, what did he say, LA to Houston. Funny story, crazy story. Just like everything I've seen from him, it goes from zero to nuts pretty quick. Always entertaining, always makes me laugh. If you guys out there have any other videos or anything you want me to check out, please feel free to put it down in the comments. And please like and subscribe. That helps me out a whole bunch. And once again, until next time, thanks for tuning in.